Today, the Giants welcome Chris Heston back to the mound. The 27-year-old rookie had a brief leave of absence from the rotation, and now he's back for the stretch run. Heston will be facing St. Louis left-hander Jaime Garcia. Garcia has been dominant this season, posting an ERA well under 2 and acting as the Cardinals' ace. Giants-Cardinals next. We've got a beautiful day for day baseball here at AT&T Park on this glorious Sunday afternoon. This is the final game of the homestand and the final game of this 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a winner wins this series, and the Giants would go 4-2 if they can come up with a win today, and that would sound pretty good considering all the injuries the Giants have gone through. Heston's back, and that's good, and Garcia's been tough on the Giants.
Well, Jaime Garcia, the left-handed starting pitcher for the Cardinals, has been very, very good against the Giants. But they roughed him up a little bit the last time they saw him in St. Louis. They do know they're going to see a lot of good movement down around the knees. He's a sinker baller, and if he's right, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. Same thing can be said about Chris Heston. When he's right, you're going to see a lot of great movement down around the knees. You're going to see a lot of ground balls. He hasn't pitched in 13 days. The little breather was to give him some strength back in his arm. He says it's all recharged. He can't wait to get out there, and yes, indeed, they can win this series, and it could be a good homestand if they can win this game. Yeah,
and a win would really propel them into a very long and important road trip. Posey back behind the dish. When we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch right after this.
Giants Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Giants have taken the field as we get ready for baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Great day to get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 72 degrees here at the yard. Brisk winds. Humidity at 70%. And it is sunny. We're going to get started early. And the umpires don't seem to care. And the first pitch of the ball game is a swing and a foul back. All right, so we do get started on time. My apologies. So it's no balls and one strike. Carpenter drives this one to left center field. Blanco's on the move, and it is gone. On the second pitch of the game, it's 1-0 St. Louis. So that's a welcome back if you're Chris Heston. So the rest of the lineup after Carpenter is Piscotty, Hayward, and then Yadier Molina. Wong is going to hit fifth, then Reynolds, Moss, and Garcia. And then Jaime Garcia is going to hit ninth. And there's a base hit up the middle.
So Piscotty stays hot. Piscotty, yesterday, they cooled him off. He only got 4 hits and 5 at-bats. Let's take a look at Chris Heston in 24 starts this year. He's been very good, 11-7 with a 3.34 ERA, 110 strikeouts against 48 walks. When he's right, you're going to get a 90-ish sinker. He will cut the ball on occasion, curveball, slider, and a changeup.
So here's Hayward. And the pitch is down low. You know, Heston said something interesting in the paper, Mike, about, well, I needed some time off to realize that I need to get strike one. Well, maybe the Cardinals read that.
Well, they were up there hacking.
2 balls and no strikes.
But when Heston's right, I mean, he's going to pound the knees. He's going to have a lot of movement. He wants you to hit the ball. He wants an out within 3 pitches. It's not about strikeouts so much for Heston unless it's a strikeout situation. He wants to pitch to contact, put the ball on the ground.
And there's a line drive, and it's going to be over the head of Blanco. Piscotty is going to be waved in. Hayward's headed for 3, and there'll be no throw. So it's 2-0, and Hayward just hit a rocket, although it did fool Gregor Blanco.
Well, yeah, it was a rocket. This ball gets hit, and it absolutely soars right over the head of Gregor Blanco, who expected this thing to come down, but this thing just stayed hit. Knuckleball right over the head of Blanco, and with Hayward's speed, an easy 3-bagger. Piscotty really reading this thing as well as you could. Take a look at the side swing, and he didn't even think triple. He thought that was going to be a line out. I think he was surprised that it sailed over the head of Blanco.
So here's Yadier Molina. Molina hitting at 281. And he shoots one foul down the right field line and out of play. On deck is Colton Wong. So a home run, a single, and a triple, and every ball really hit hard. And that runs inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Heston today. Starting in the outfield for the Giants from left to right, it'll be Aoki, Blanco, and Bird. Adrianza and Duffy on the left side. Tomlinson and Bell on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
There's a strike, gets 1 and 2. Behind the dish is Eric Cooper. Then it's Holbrook, Gibson, and Morales from first to third.
Eric Cooper's a low ball umpire, one of the lowest strike zones in the game. Does not have big corners.
And that's pulled foul. right past Jose Akindu, who's coaching at third.
Ron Qualls, our ball dude, making a nice play.
So the Giants have the infield not all the way in, but in. And this is tapped to third, and it's going to roll and roll and roll and roll foul. It looked like it was going to go foul for a while.
Let's take a look at that little dribbler on the grass with our Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Now.
So Molina, who had hustled all the way down the line, gets back in the box. Way outside, 2-2.
I mean, you don't often talk about strikeout situations in the first inning of the ball game, but you kind of get the feeling that this is. They need to stop the bleeding here. They need an out, a non-productive one.
Hit up the middle and a base hit. So it's 3-0. And that's 4 straight hits in a row. And that'll bring up Colton Wong.
Now Dave Righetti going to come out and try and bring some calm between the ears of Chris Heston. The meeting of the mound brought to you by Ring Central, business communications made simple. About all you can say is you need to get the ball down. It'll find a glove, just keep putting that ball on the ground. When he's got the ball up, it has been hit hard. The home run from Carpenter, the triple from Hayward. And just like that, George Cantos heading down the bullpen. If this thing escalates in an inning, they're going to have to get somebody there that can stop the flow of offense here. This is not what Chris Heston had in mind today, starting this ball game off.
Colton Wong hitting .260 and a curveball that's outside. Wong at 0 for 2 lifetime against Heston. Heston faced St. Louis about 10 days ago in St. Louis. There's the pitch wide. It's 2-0. So a home run, a single, a triple, and a single. And that's pulled foul.
Oh, nice pick. Michon Mills, our ball babe down there on the first base side, making a pick.
2 balls and a strike. Belt holding on Yadier Molina. And this is popped out of play, so it's 2-2.
Now, right now, he's basically got the sinker and his curveball, and they're on both of the speeds when he throws them. Heston, first 24 starts, 5 runs allowed the first inning. Today he's allowed 3. This is something he's not used to at all.
And now full count. Reynolds is on deck. See what Molina does. He does not go. And this is hit on the ground to Adrianza, who flips it to Tomlinson, and that's a double play. Much needed, 2 outs, and here's Reynolds.
Well, and George Cantos down in the Giants bullpen will stop throwing. I mean, Chris Heston was 1 ball, 1 walk away from being out of this game. It's a double play, and all of a sudden he gets a breath of air.
Well, here's a guy that can extend the inning with one swing of the bat. Not much of an average, but lots of power. One ball and one strike. Out to Triple's alley for Marlon Byrd, and that's going to end the inning. Giants trail 3-0. Aoki to lead things off. Garcia. It'll be Aoki, Duffy, and then Belt. See what Belt's done against lefties the last 25 games. Posey, Bird, and Tomlinson. Blanco's going to hit 7th, and Adrianza, and then Heston.
On the hill today for the St. Louis Cardinals will be the left-hander Jaime Garcia. That's what he has done in 13 starts. He is 6-4 with a 1.77 ERA, 63 strikeouts against 20 walks. And when you take your bats against Garcia, you're going to see a sinking fastball. He's got two types of breaking ball. Curveball and a slider. He'll throw a changeup, and he'll throw any time. And just about everything that he has will put the ball on the ground. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Garcia. Starting in the Cardinals outfield from left to right, it'll be Moss, Piscotty, and Hayward. Good arms in center and in right. Garcia and Carpenter on the left side. Colton Wong joined by Mark Reynolds on the right side. Yadier Molina will be in the squad putting down the signs.
So here's Aoki hitting .292. In at third is Carpenter. And a strike. Aoki 1 for 4 on Friday. Came back and went 0 for 4 yesterday. Out of play. It's 0-2.
Garcia really has been bit by the injury bug. He's had a shoulder problem this year, a groin problem. It's been hard to keep him in the rotation because of injury, but when he's been healthy, he's been very, very good.
And the 0-2 pitch is high. Duffy to follow. And he shoots this one. Carpenter dives and throws it away, and Aoki's aboard. Yeah, the way Aoki was running, he may have beaten that out anyway. He was running out of the box.
Yeah, there was no backswing on the swing at all. And he did get out of the box explosively. Zero backswing, and he's just going down the baseline. Now, Matt Carpenter doesn't have a great arm at third base. I mean, he has to rely on getting rid of the ball quickly. Nice stop. Just not enough arm to complete the play.
Duffy hitting at 305. And he takes a strike.
Let's take a look at Aoki going down. You can just see how much momentum he has coming out of the box. It's 4 flat speed, and I agree with you, Kipe. I think even if it was a better throw, I think he beats it out.
One ball and one strike.
It's rare to see Garcia miss high. He gets so used to him pounding the knees with great consistency with all of his pitches. He's had 2 pitches that have been completely above the shoulders of Molina, and that's rare.
And a double play ball. 2 down. So here's Belt.
Hey, looks like fun.
Yeah, eventually they're going to get it going.
It is raft day, or at least it seems like it's raft day out in McCovey Cove.
So Belt takes up and in. Belt 2 for 5 on Friday, 1 for 3 yesterday afternoon. And here he ropes one into right field for a base hit. So here's Buster Posey. Buster got hit on the left elbow on Friday night. Consequently, a little stiff yesterday, did not play. And he pops this one into center field, and it's going to fall. Piscotty was playing in Alameda, and it falls in for a base hit.
It was a little deep, the way that he pre-positioned himself to the pitch. Take a look just as this ball gets out as to how far he was playing. So a little dead bird, second or third hit of the inning, and guys have an opportunity here.
So Bird hitting at 235. And it is his birthday today, so happy birthday to Marlon Bird.
He's got Garcia in his book. 3 hits lifetime with a home run.
And he rolls it foul, and it's 0-1. A grand slam on Friday night to straightaway center field.
Big high breaking ball from Michael Wacha. And 3 home runs since joining the Giants, 2 3-runners, and a grand slam. Make a lot of friends doing that.
Way outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Belt at third, Posey at first.
Those are the numbers against Garcia we're talking about. 3 for 13.
1 and 2.
Good change up.
Tomlinson on deck. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. And he drives it down the right field line. Hit well. And it's a fair ball off the wall. Belt scores. Posey scores. It's 3-2. Bird at first, it looked like when he hit it, he was like, well, I think that ball's going foul.
Well, and in the end, it almost went out of here. He got a great bounce off of the fence to spit away from Hayward. You can see just how fair it was. I mean, just hitting the foul pole. And when it kicks away from Hayward, it allowed Posey to score all the way from first.
So here's Tomlinson, who takes a pitch low and in. Tomlinson hitting at .351, a home run, 12 runs batted in. And he takes high and wide, 2-0. When you hit a ball down that right field line and you think it's going to go foul, what you have a tendency to forget is 309 gets at you pretty quick. Sometimes it doesn't give it a chance to go foul. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike.
2-0 changeup. One thing we like about Tomlinson's at bats, I mean, he doesn't go up there in a hurry. I mean, he's got a good eye. He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. He'll take some pitches. He has a plan.
On the ground to Carpenter, and that's going to end the inning. Giants come back. They score a pair. They come up with 4 hits in the inning, and there's the ball that shoots by Hayward. It's 3-2 Giants.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by USAA, proudly serving the needs of the military community for over 90 years.
And the first pitch to Moss is down low, 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Moss, Greg Garcia, and then Jaime Garcia facing Heston. Heston got treated rudely in the first inning, and now he falls behind 2-0 to Moss. Now the Giants will overshift on Moss. Three 3-0. I don't believe Bruce Bochy is going to wait around too long.
No, he's not.
And a strike. It's 3-1.
Heston just looking for a consistent release point right now. He doesn't know where the ball is going to go. And that period of inactivity may have affected his ability to command his pitches.
That's a good pitch.
Looked to me like Moss was taken all the way.
Center field hit well. Blanco back. Blanco makes the catch at the wall.
Now, when this ball gets hit, I think it's out of here. You never know how much carries out in center field. You watch Blanco measure out the wall, the high backhander, and a very awkward over-the-shoulder catch, and he just cradles it into that big web. Beautiful play.
So here's Greg Garcia, and he takes a strike.
I mean, this is at least a double. With Moss's speed, maybe a triple. He used every bit of that glove too.
Garcia hitting at 276, and he takes a strike. There's another good look at Gregor Blanco. At the last second made the adjustment to move a little bit more over his head with the glove, and he put it away.
It was anything but easy.
Blanco now comes in, still coming in, and he makes the catch. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, I've got some injury updates. Joe Panik was supposed to start a rehab with the AAA Rivercats on Tuesday. That's been pushed back to Thursday. Bruce Bochy really making it clear, though, it's not a setback. They just want to keep Joe with the trainers for a couple of extra days. He's going to go to L.A. with the team, then join the Rivercats on Thursday. Brandon Crawford took ground balls today. He is on track to join the team tomorrow, gentlemen.
So here's the pitcher, Jaime Garcia. Two for 28 on the season. I think Mike mentioned it when we were in St. Louis. You have to sometimes disregard the 2 for 28 and just remember that he's a pretty good hitter.
Yeah, he is a good hitter.
As he bounces this one to Belt. And that'll end the inning. So with the nice play by Blanco, it makes it a quick inning, and now the Giants are coming up, and it'll be Blanco to lead it off.
Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
And on Wednesday, September 16th, the first 20,000 fans are going to receive a World Champions belt buckle courtesy of Scottsdale Convention and Visitors Bureau. sfgiants.com/tickets. If you're into belt buckles, and really who isn't, they are fabulous. I'm going to take mine. I'm going to put it on the hood of my car.
It would look good there.
Yeah. So here's Blanco hitting .297, and he takes a pitch low. There's a lot of different things you can put it on your front door.
Yeah, you could.
In at third is Carpenter. There's a strike. On deck is Adrianza, and then the pitcher Heston. Look out, breaking ball, 2 balls and a strike.
A lot of mistakes up from Garcia. It's just really not something that we have seen him do in previous starts against the Giants. I mean, he's really done well against the Giants.
Two and two.
That's what you're used to seeing from Garcia. He's 2-1 lifetime, but with a 2.16 ERA.
Tap foul, so Blanco stays alive.
We're going to take it this defensive play one more time. Gregor Blanco making our forward ride choice. And a beautiful high backhander. And because of that, Heston had a shutdown inning.
Reynolds has got it. He's going to go to the bag, and he will beat Blanco. 1 out. So here's Adrianza. Good looking crowd here today. Adrianza hitting at 187, and he takes a strike. Adrianza, this is the first time he's, at least during the regular season, that he's faced Jaime Garcia. Bounces this one to second. Long's got it. 2 outs. And here's Heston. So Heston's coming up. He's 10 for 44 on the season.
Had a good year swinging the bat.
Dribbles this one to third. Carpenter's got it. And that's going to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning, 3 ground balls. 3rd inning coming up. And for Heston, he's got the top of the order coming up.
We go back to 2012 NLCS Game 7, and Matt Holliday stepped up, popped the ball up to Marco Scutaro, and the Giants would win the NLCS and face the Tigers in the World Series, and they did it all in the pouring rain. 2012, and that's the last time it's rained in California.
It is, you're right.
Or at least it's seemed that way.
No, I think you're right. Here's Carpenter. Carpenter takes a ball. He opened up the game with a home run. Scotty and then Hayward. Two and 0. See the most leadoff home runs in a season for the Cardinals. Carpenter's got 5. Three and 0.
Ooh, good pitch right there. Don't get a lot of belt high strikes with Eric Cooper. That's the one you get down around the knees. And really, if you're a pitcher, you'd rather have that one than the belt high. That one down around the knees right there doesn't get hit out of the ballpark. The one at the belt, that's a different story.
Blanco's got a beat on this one.
So the adjustments have been made by Heston, and he's starting to get the ball down in the strike zone.
There's Paige. It's Paige's birthday. Sitting with her dad, Randy.
Well, happy birthday, Paige.
Randy is the neighbor of our director, Jim Lynch. And talking to Randy before the game as this is lifted out to left. We were talking about it doesn't rain much.
Yes.
Randy said Jim washes his car every day.
Really?
Yeah. He just doesn't care. Just does it.
You're going to get him in trouble. You know that.
Oh, he washes Almas too at the same time. 2 outs, and here's Hayward.
Yep. Neighbors, he'll turn you in.
If you hold your hose in our neighborhood, you'll get a notice. Nothing has to come out of it. If you just hold it, that's it. You're going to get something in the mail.
Well, times are tough. We need some rain.
It's coming, baby.
Yeah, we're hoping.
And that's over the bag, a fair ball.
Boy, it's been relentless. He makes a mistake up, and they jump on it. Keep the ball down, and it's no problem. He gets the ball up. This is an 0-2 fastball. And look at the location. Right out there at the belt, just top hands it down the left field line. That's a pretty nice at bat right there when you're behind the count 0-2. So the Cardinals making some noise here.
That's a fair ball. And it kicks away from Bird, and that's a double, and it's 4-2. And that's Bruce Bochy coming out. Now, there isn't anybody up in the bullpen, so this might be an argument with the first base umpire, Sam Holbrook.
I don't think Bochy felt that ball was fair. Now, if the ball bounces in fair territory, then bounces over the bag and lands in foul territory, it's still fair. Just a matter of whether or not it hits the bag. I think goes over the bag. I mean, it did bounce in fair territory prior to first base. And it's just not, I think it was fair.
There's a strike to Colton Wong. Wong hit into a double play in the first. So back-to-back doubles, one down the left field line, one down the right field.
Well, that's just poor fortune if you're a pitcher. No, I mean, Holbrook was right there looking at it. He had a great view.
At some point, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but you would think Major League Baseball would put a camera down each foul pole looking into home plate.
Well, I think it will happen eventually with all the remote camera capabilities.
And that'll do it. Cardinals pick up a run. It's 4-2, and Aoki's going to lead things off.
Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Stanford Healthcare. Visit us at stanfordhealthcare.org.
All right, Saturday, September 12th is Lego Day at AT&T Park. Your special event package will include admission to the pregame Lego Day build experience, a limited edition Giants player Lego mini build, and a ticket to the game as the Giants will then take on the Padres. So go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out. Lego Day. Or you can ride the Ducks.
Aoki opened up the bottom of the first with an infield hit. In a third is Carpenter. And now Aoki asks for time. You see the defense. Piscotty shading towards left center field. Pretty deep for Nori Aoki. And he shoots it out of play.
Pat Carpenter, the third baseman, playing well in on the grass in defense of the bunt. And that really is the goal for Aoki, who has such a great approach to left field against left-handed pitching. Try to slap one by him.
Down the left field line. Foul. So Oki comes back. He'll pick up the bat. And the 0-2 pitch. Out of play again.
Flat strike zone right there. You don't normally get that type of mistake in an 0-2 count against Garcia. Hey, look who got the ball. Psyched. Nicely done.
Up and in. 1-2.
Well, we've said it before. The greatest emergency swings of the year have come from Nori Aoki. And that was world class.
And you got to be heads up if you're sitting over by the Giants on deck circle, because this is how quick it gets on you.
He hit that ball behind him. That's hard to do.
And again.
I mean, the Giants are on the right in the front of their dugout, and they're all lined up there like Cupid dolls. I mean, you got to be heads up. When Nori's up there against a lefty, he's going to wear those guys out.
He is, absolutely.
Ultimate ugly finders.
In the dirt, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Duffy's on deck. It's a 4-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Carl, he's a target.
If I'm a fan down the right field line, I got a problem with Nori Aoki.
Oh, he's my favorite guy. I'm thinking I'm going to get a ball every time he comes to hit.
Down the right field line, I said.
Oh, right field line, I have a problem.
I got a problem.
You can leave and go get some popcorn. You will get none foul balls.
Right back to Garcia. He'll look at it and throw to first.
Well, he did run the pitch count up.
Probably not going to mention that to him when he walks by.
You have to have some small concession.
Here's Duffy. Somebody's got to pay for the bill. Come on. Duffy hit the ball hard, but he hit it right at the second baseman. And it turned into a double play. Credit cards being passed around. Duffy out of play. See? They get some foul balls down the right field line. Foul back.
Ooh, another mistake up. Duffy almost made him pay. Up there in the sweet level. Right at the end of the field line.
Duffy pops it up. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Piscotty in front of Hayward. Center fielder's the captain. I don't know. If If I'm Hayward, I'm going, well, I guess I'm going to have to wear my Gold Glove out to play defense.
It would help.
Or that Gold Glove belt buckle that they gave me. I'm going to wear that.
Well, 69 years married. He loves his wife. So happy anniversary. That's right, Amy. He digs you.
Belt breaks his bat, flips one to left. He's got a hit.
Bye.
He's got the magic one-do going here. It's a base hit with 2 outs, and here's Posey. Buster blooped a single into center field. And now trying to move the line along for Marlon Byrd. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Belt with his lead as he bounces it foul past Roberto Kelly.
Ron Qualls or Ball Dude? Oh, yeah. He was not looking for little kids.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Fastball away. Set up in the outside corner. Just missed it, 90 miles an hour. Garcia wanted that one. You don't get big corners with Eric Cooper. I've always thought he was more of a hitter's umpire than a pitcher's umpire for these type of reasons. I think that ball was outside, but you just don't see many corner strikes with him.
Three and one.
Eric Cooper, the plate umpire, he's part of the umpiring crew that did the World Series last year between the Royals and the Giants. There's Eric. The crew did a very nice job.
Yes, they did. Did not challenge him. It's 3-2.
Big change up. It's rare to see Posey this far out front reaching in the swing. But he was a little greedy in that 3-1 count. He's thinking, I could tie this up.
And he hooks it foul.
Ooh, heads up.
So it remains 3-2. And Belt is going to go. And Posey fouls it down. He's got a battle going on right now.
Well, he's coming after him with a lot of different speeds, a lot of different movements.
And a base hit to right field. So Belt will go to third. Posey's 2 for 2.
Well, that's a hitter's adjustment. You saw him in the 3-1 count of the changeup. I mean, he was greedy. He was trying to tie the ball game up. Got way out in front. Now you in a 2-strike, you just start thinking the opposite way and defending. And this is not a hanger. He goes down and beats a good location pitch right at the knees outside corner. And the only thing you're really going to do much with on that is go to right. And that's a hitter's base hit. And that's nice 2-strike hitting.
So here's Bird. Bird doubled off the right field wall. He did that in the first inning, and it knocked in the only 2 runs in the game for the Giants. Bird, line drive, and Moss is going to dive forward and make the catch, and that's going to end the inning. It remains 4-2. It happened yesterday. Giants got Johnny Peralta to ground into 3 double plays in the first, 3rd, and 7th. It was the first time since July 14th in 1974 that a player hit into 3 double plays against the Giants, and that was Mike Anderson of the Phillies. Here's Reynolds. It's 4-2. Cardinals. It'll be Reynolds, Moss, and then Garcia. Adrianza flags it, spins, throws, got him. Nice play.
Nice play, indeed. Just a one-hop bullet. You don't have a lot of time to get in position, about 3 steps, and then put the snag on. And after you catch it, you have all the time in the world to get out of a throw as hard as this thing was hit. Cardinals have squared up a lot of the stuff they've seen off of Heston. It's like every time he gets a little height on the ball, whap.
Moss rolls it foul.
One more look at the spear. Helps to be a tall shortstop with a long reach.
0-2.
The changeup. Changeup is now starting to be effective, throwing it in a good location.
One and 2 to Moss. And that ball got up, and Moss crushes it, and this is gone. Moss with his 2nd in a Cardinal uniform, and it's back to a 3-run lead.
Second in a Cardinal uniform, 17th on the year for Moss. And once again, George Cantos heading down to the pen.
Garcia flips one out to Aoki, who's going to run it down.
A lot of balls in the air today off of Heston, and that's unusual. You see the location just right there at the belt. And for sinkers, you just don't have much protection when you're missing at the belt. Moss almost got Heston back in the second inning. Only a great play from Blanco denied him extra bases. Here, he hits it where Blanco's got no chance.
So here's Garcia. And Garcia strokes it into left field, a base hit. And that'll bring up the top of the order.
Cantos, the right-hander. Javier Lopez, the left-hander.
So here's Carpenter, a home run and a fly ball to center. And a strike.
Lots of activity down there in Mark Gardner's bullpen. And Gardner just said this is the last hitter for Heston. Carpenter gets on base. Cantos will be in the game.
And that's a fair ball. Bird's going to have to get to it quickly. And now they're going to hold up Garcia at third. So Carpenter with a double.
Oh, the chalk line shots that have been hit today against Heston. Another one. This one right past the glove, down the line. And that's going to be it for Heston.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
5-2 Cardinals. Here we are with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning, 2 men on base, and that is what George Cantos will inherit. Runners at second, third. 61st time that Cantos has come into a ball game, 2-2 with a 1.90 ERA. For Cantos, you're going to see a low 90s fastball. He will sink and cut. Hard slider and a changeup.
So Piscotty stands in. And the pitch. And it's a strike at the knees.
Piscotty has been red hot. 4-hit night last night with a walk and a base hit and a flyout in this ball game. Scotty had 2 hits in the first game of this series, so 7 hits in the series. That's doing it.
In front of friends and family. Oh, and 2. And the fastball is high.
It's a big point in this ball game right here. It's a big out to get. Minimize the damage. Keep it a 3-run ball game.
One and 2. On the ground to Duffy. And that's going to end the inning. Five-2 Cardinals.
There were more than 450,000 entries into the 2014 Giants World Series ring raffle. Only one person could win, and we got a chance to meet him just the other night. You're looking at Chaz Inman of Redwood City. He's the lucky winner. He got it the other night on the field. GM Bobby Evans was there. Gentlemen, the raffle raised more than $400,000 for the Giants Community Fund. The ring, it's the real deal, same as the players. And Chaz is a longtime Giants fan and was able to attend Game 5 of the 2014 World Series. So the ring has special meaning, and I'm sure he's going to wear it proudly, as do you two. Dwayne.
Yes, we do.
Every day.
And yes, does that woman.
And the 2012 ring hat, it never gets old. Great day for ice cream here at the yard.
Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson bounced out to third in the first. Giants trail 3-0 after 1/2 inning. They trail again here in the bottom of the fourth. By 3 runs. It's 5-2. And a strike.
Just nibbling away on that outside corner with 3 different speeds. Down 3 runs, leadoff hitter of every inning. Really becomes an important hitter. And Tomlinson knows that, getting in that batter's box, how important this at bat is.
Carpenter on the backhand. 1 out.
Well, time now for our Solar Company electrifying play of the week. And Friday was Kelby Tomlinson who had the walk-off single off Kevin Segrist, the left-hander. It was the Giants' 5th walk-off win of the season, and it's the first time they've had a walk-off since Mother's Day when they did it against the Marlins. That's our Solar Company electrifying play of the week. That was fun.
Seemed like it was 3 weeks ago.
It does.
Here's Blanco. Blanco bounced out to first, hit the ball sharply. Pops this one back and out of play.
Everybody's okay.
Yep.
She got the ball. A lot of smiles. That's what we like to see.
There's a good pitch. Nothing 2.
I mean, they've got a lot of hits in this ball game. Bottom of the 4th inning, there have been 15 hits, and a lot of those have been hit very loudly.
Into the seats. A lot of foul balls today, too.
Yeah, a lot of souvenirs.
Outside, 1-2.
After today's ball game, the Giants get on a plane, head down to Los Angeles, the first of a 3-city 10-game road trip.
And Blanco out swinging. First strikeout for Garcia. And that'll bring up Adrianza.
Brought his glove. He's ready.
Adrianza bounced out to second. And he looks at a strike.
I mean, what better date? Come to the yard. Let's go watch a game.
0-2. And it's high and away. 1-2.
Easy take right there.
Justin Maxwell's on deck. Tap foul. So Adrianza stays alive.
Hey, let's make a toast. What do you say? Here's to McCovey Cove. Two-fisted? Absolutely. Is that good?
Two balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2, so Adrianza's worked it to a full count. Trying to get Justin Maxwell in at bat, who's got pretty good numbers against Jaime Garcia. Tap to third. And that'll end the inning. 5th inning coming up. It's 5-2 Cardinals.
Guys in there, you can't let these things that you can't control affect you, and these guys don't do that. You know, really they don't. I mean, nobody complains. Nobody'd listen anyway, but they just don't. Just pick up the slack and carry on, and that's what you do. Cardinals are a team that have really had to deal with a lot of injuries too.
Here's Hayward, a triple and a double.
It's going off out today, on the Cove today.
Pretty good time to be out there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a pretty good spot right there. They seem to have figured it out.
I think that guy just got the call for some more beer. He had to move pretty quick. See?
Yeah.
Digging in.
A lazy day on the Cove.
Duffy over by the Giants dugout, but it's going to be in the dugout. Ball is headed towards Eric Ortega.
Yep, he's looking for a date.
Pretty good breeze here at the yard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's tapped foul, so we'll do it again.
You know, I mean, summer's winding down. Got to find a way to squeeze the last few hours out of summer. Only one more day, August after today. Guys come back off this road trip. It'll be into the second week of September.
So it's 3-2 to Hayward. And he stays alive by poking this one foul.
And some quality pitches that Cantos is making. I mean, he's not hanging anything out of the middle of the strike zone. These are corner pitches. And Hayward putting up a fight.
Three and 2. And he fouls another one out of play.
Molina on deck.
Cantos spears it, and he flips to first.
He had to earn that out. One hopper loudly back up the middle. So Cantos indeed gets the out he was looking for to start this inning.
Yadier Molina's got a couple of RBIs as he bounces this one to Belt.
So that kind of evens things out. About a 10-pitch at bat against Hayward, and here on the first pitch he gets Yadier Molina.
Here's Colton Wong. Long is 0 for 2. First pitch wide.
Oh yeah, nachos, big soda. He's good.
Blanco broke back. Now he comes racing in, but he's got plenty of time. And that'll end the inning. Contos, maybe a pinch hitter to lead it off. To NLCS Game 5. Kenny Lofton had an RBI single to knock in David Bell for the series clinching run. David Bell is now the bench coach for the Cardinals, and the catcher and pitcher for the Cardinals on the play, Mike Matheny, the Cardinals manager, and Steve Klein, a coach for the Giants in their minor league system.
That was a good team. Really enjoyed Kenny Lofton in his time in a Giants uniform. What a great athlete he was.
Here's
David Bell, a good Giant. Enjoyed our time together.
Here's Juan Perez.
David Bell's one of those guys, when you watched him as a player, you just knew that at some point he was going to be a coach and probably a manager someday.
Oh, 2.
David Bell comes to Northern California, fell in love with it. And where does he live now?
He's going to move to Santa Rosa. Oh, 2 pitch. In the dirt, 1-2. Did enjoy the year he was here, and then he really could not turn down a really terrific free agent contract offered him in 2003. The Phillies offered him. I think it was a 3-year deal. Inside, 2-2. Perez out in front, pops this one up. 1 out.
And that's what Garcia does. He kind of gets you off balance, reaching. Meanwhile, out beyond the center field wall.
And the garden.
Life is good. You can actually go on a 2-inning vacation and head out to the garden. Have a cold one, stretch it out, or have a kale salad.
Okie with an infield hit in the first. And then in a long at bat, he bounced back to Jaime Garcia. And it's 0-1. It's probably about somewhere between 7 to the 10th foul ball down the left field line.
From Aoki.
From Aoki. In the dirt. The 1-1. Caught by Carpenter. 2 down.
Carpenter has played in on Aoki, and it really has not punished the Cardinals for setting him in that close. He's taken away a lot of hits. And here he didn't have a whole lot of time to get up. High backhander. And Aoki denied. Good at bat.
So here's Duffy. Javi Lopez getting loose. Wraps it to third. And that'll end the inning. Oh yeah, we got some shade in the garden. It remains 5-2 Cardinals. App is the most personalized app just for you. Now the StubHub app can select your favorite teams and artists and discover new ones too. The official fan-to-fan marketplace of the San Francisco Giants. It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Javier Lopez, a new pitcher now for the Giants. 62nd time he's come in.
Lifted to deep left and gone. And on one pitch, it's 6-2. I guess you better be ready, right?
Well, yeah. It's a rude way to be greeted. First pitch you come out of the bullpen with, the guy hits it out of the ballpark. But that's the thing about Mark Reynolds. I mean, I don't even know how much of this he gets. Probably pretty good if he knocks it out of here, but he is so strong. He doesn't have to hit it on the sweet spot to hit it out of the ballpark. And we're talking any ballpark.
So here's Brandon Moss.
Third home run today hit by the Cardinals.
All solo shots. Moss hit one off of Heston in the 4th inning. Line drive, and it's right at Adrianza, so that's out number 1. And here's Greg Garcia. Garcia today has hit 2 fly balls. He's 0 for 2. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Jaime Garcia is on deck. Reynolds a solo home run to open up this inning. A 1-2.
Garcia out of El Cajon, California, down in the San Diego area. He went to University of Hawaii, and he was teammates with Colton Wong, second baseman for the Cardinals. I think that's a pretty nice claim. If you're at the University of Hawaii, you say, hey, look out there, Cardinals shortstop and second baseman, they're out of our program.
And they have the best record in baseball.
Cardinals coming into this one with 83 wins, 46 losses.
2 down.
Best record in the game.
Check in with Amy G.
All right, guys. Giants fans could probably use a pick-me-up. And if Frankie Walker doesn't do the trick, I'm not sure what will. It is our fan photo contest. It's sponsored by T-Mobile, and there he is, little Frankie Walker, proudly wearing Giants colors at back-to-school sports day. Go Giants. He's rocking the Tomlinson look. Fans are hashtagging spectacular on Kelby Tomlinson. If you've got a photo to tweet to us, send it in. Hashtag CSNBA Data. Strong fan. You're hard pressed to beat Frankie Walker. I like that kid, guys.
Frankie Walker's looking good. Here it's 0-1 to Jaime Garcia. Singled in the 4th inning. Bounces this one foul. By the way, the home run that Lopez gave up, first one of the season.
Does not surprise me. Does not give up many.
Two balls, 2 strikes. See Mike Broadway getting loose. Tap foul.
For Lopez, doesn't see a lot of left-handed hitting pitchers that put up a fight like Garcia is right now.
And he taps another one foul.
Point you made earlier in the game about don't let the 3 for 30 fool you. It's so obvious watching Garcia swing the bat. He's got more ability than a 3 for 30. And that's the streak that he had. 55 2/3 consecutive innings without a home run ended today with Reynolds hitting that home run on the first pitch this inning.
And that'll end the inning. Reynolds' home run makes it a 6-2 lead for the Cardinals.
is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
A 6-2 lead for the Cardinals. Piscotty moves from center to left, and Borges comes into the ball game. Peter Borges comes in to play center.
Meanwhile, out of the Cove, the party continues.
So Belt, who's 2 for 2, stands in. Belt had a sharp ground ball, base hit into right field in the first, and then he blooped it into left field in the third. So shutdown innings for the Cardinals.
Now, that's pretty amazing statistic right there. You get 81% of the time you're getting a shutdown inning after your team scores. You talk about how to build a momentum in the middle of a ball game. That's how you do it.
Belt to left field. Moving over is Piscotty, and he's not going to get it. So Belt is 3 for 3. So here's Buster Posey.
Garcia really has not been able to do much with the 3 and 4 hitters of the Giants today. Posey and Belt 5 for 5. And I think this is an important inning for the Giants to answer down 4 runs here.
Down low. One ball and no strikes. Posey poked a single into right field in the third. And a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia ready. Base hit left field. Belt and Posey are 6 for 6.
And they've set the table for Marlon Byrd. And he's had really good at bats today against Garcia. A 2-run double in the first, and he hit an absolute bullet to end things for the Giants with 2 on in the third.
So here's Byrd.
And Byrd is the word.
Down the right field line. Hayward giving chase. It's a fair ball and it's off the wall. Belt is going to score. Posey to third. Bird's got another double.
Posey really kind of had to stop to make sure that that ball was going to be off the wall or fair, and certainly not caught. It's rare that you see any balls hit over here, and today Bird's done it twice. Just keeping it inside. I mean, that was about a foot away from where his last one was.
So here's Tomlinson.
And here come the Giants.
Tomlinson is 0 for 2. He had a hit taken away from him by Carpenter in the fourth. And he bounces this one, and Garcia is going to go to first. Coming in to score is Posey. It's 6-4.
Well, the middle infield is going to give you a run playing their defense back. And Buster Posey with a nice jump going on contact. Read that thing right off the get-go that it was going to be up the middle to a middle infielder. An easy score.
So here's Gregor Blanco.
Cishek, the right-hander, starting to get heated up in the Cardinal bullpen.
Blanco 0 for 2. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Inside to Blanco. It almost hit him. 1 ball and 1 strike.
They set that target in the outside corner too. Garcia today has been more effectively wild than accurate with his pitches. I mean, he has not been an easy guy for Molina to catch.
Right there, it's 1-2. Any sensing that Gregor thought that was high?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what. And if you watch the body language, we haven't seen many strikes called that high with Eric Cooper strike zone today. He's more of a low ball guy. But if you look at the rule book, probably a strike.
Tapped. And Garcia spears it.
Now let's take a look at the 2 doubles from Marlon Byrd and how close they were. The one on the left is the first one he hit in the first inning, and the one in the 6th inning. I mean, how do you do that?
Wow. I think they're tricking us. That's the same shot.
Hey.
So here's Adrianza. 0 for 2. No balls and 1 strike.
First time this year he's allowed 4 earned runs. His ERA certainly reflected that. Coming into this ballgame, his ERA at 1.77. And now his ERA is over 2.05.
Hit to left field. And that'll end the inning. 6-4 Cardinals. By your local Toyota dealer. 6-4 Cardinals. Garcia still in the game. Heston got knocked out. 3 home runs in the game for the Cardinals. And Marlon Birds had a big afternoon. It's Lopez to Carpenter.
Carpenter, a real good approach to left field against left-handed pitching.
Two balls and one strike.
Giants play him in the outfield to left field. Gregor Blanco about 7 steps towards the left center field side. They bring in Aoki towards the line and left. They give Carpenter the line and right. And wide open.
And Lopez gets the call. It's 2-2. Three and two. So lefty against lefty. And Carpenter works it to a full count.
Strickland, he's ready. Probably going to face the next hitter.
And there's the walk. So Bruce Bochy's coming out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back.
Will include a ticket to the game with Giants taking on the Reds and a bobblehead of Tim Hudson, who is an advocate of human rights and ending poverty. Proceeds benefit local nonprofits whose missions are in line with helping those in need of assistance. Reminder, to get the Hudson bobblehead, you need to purchase a special event ticket. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
So here's Piscotty.
Hunter Strickland, for the 40th time, has come into a Giants game. 2-3 with a 2.06 ERA. Hard thrower.
Swing and a miss. No balls and one strike. That's kind of where you want to be, right?
Well, yeah, 97 at the knees on the outside corner. That's a pretty good pitch. And you'll see high 90s with 2 types of movement, a hard slider and a split.
Diving back is Carpenter. Dodgers and Cubs tonight. That's the nationally televised Sunday game. Foul back, another good 2.
So 2 perfect pitches, and quickly he's on top of him. One thing that Strickland said he has learned since he's come up here is that you can't just throw hard. You have to have location. And what he has also learned is that you have to have different movements with the fastball. Now he throws a 2-seam fastball, he'll throw a 4-seam fastball. And at that velocity, the movements are different, and they really are different pitches. But location is everything.
A bit high. It's 1-2.
Oh yeah. Swing your pooch out there in McCovey Cove.
1-2. Hit high to right field for Marlon Byrd. Giants will be in LA tomorrow night. Our probables: Peavy, Anderson, Bumgarner, Greinke, Leake, Kershaw. Should be very spirited. All on CSN Bay Area. 6:30 Giants pregame live. Here's Hayward.
Just blazing 97 right across the letters. Hayward tried to check, could not do it. One thing he learned on that first pitch, he needs to get it going a little bit earlier. It's all about adjustments.
And a quick toss. The pitch. Swinging a line drive, center field. That'll be a base hit.
So you crank it up a notch and get your 3rd hit of the day. That's 3 legs of the cycle for Hayward. Triple, double, and now the single. What do you think is harder to get, the triple or the home run?
Are you asking me personally, or are you asking overall?
Overall.
If you're Giancarlo Stanton, triple.
So you would say that the home run would be tougher than that. Well, the triple's rarer.
Adrianza put a pickoff play on, and they may have had him.
Well, one thing, if your middle infielder puts a play on, even if you miss it, if he breaks to the bag, that's your cue to step off. Because when he breaks, you just opened up the whole side of the left side of the infield. And if you make that pitch, you're pitching with your player out of position.
0-2. Strickland going after Yadier Molina. And this is line to Tomlinson, and he'll go the other way for the double play. Nice thinking. Hayward was getting back. Carpenter was not. Well, today USAA would like to pay special recognition to all of our service members at home and abroad.
as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Reminder to watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices with MLB.TV Premium. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
So the Giants trail by 2 here in the 7th inning. Kind of a boisterous crowd today.
There's a bride to be.
Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, as you well know, we always like to recognize a former great Giant. We've got one in the house today. It is the Cardinals manager, Mike Matheny. He was with the Giants in 2005 and a part of the season in 2006. Of course, he won a Gold Glove in 05. He also was the Willie Mack Award winner, and he's just a classy guy. Dwayne, you made the call when he waited around after the NLCS. The Giants clinched it last year. Mike Matheny waited in the visitors' dugout until he was able to make eye contact with Bruce Bochy so he could give him a tip of the cap. And I talked to Boch quickly today, who said it meant a lot to him, that he definitely appreciates it, and a lot of folks can learn from him. Gentlemen.
Oh, he's awesome. And we really enjoyed our time with Mike Matheny when he was in a Giants uniform. Fabulous person and really a great defensive player. Here's Justin Maxwell. Maxwell takes low. This was last year. He waited around. Meanwhile, the celebration was going on. And Derek Lilliquist is pitching coach. I mean, that's a hard time for an opposing manager. I mean, you just kind of want to get out of there.
Well, he's just first class, everything that he does. And every year he's been at the helm of this Cardinal team, he's taken them deep into the playoffs. That is no surprise. We knew that he was going to be a manager just by the presence that he had in the clubhouse as a player.
Well, Maxwell is a pitch away from getting on, and that's what the Giants need.
Well, he's got ownage against Garcia. I mean, he knows him.
Tap foul. So it's 3-2.
And he choked up again. Cisiak up for a second time in this game.
This is skied to right. This isn't going to do it. One out.
So a nice comeback. Down 3-0 in the count. You come back and get that fly ball for a lead out.
Here's Nori Aoki.
Well, these have been pretty entertaining at bats. I think right now we just should start yelling heads up to the people down the left field line.
Absolutely. His last at bat was a line drive that Carpenter leaped and caught. Just off the plate, it's a ball and a strike.
So we tracked the foul balls that have been hit off the bat of Nori Aoki today against Jaime Garcia, and there they are.
Did you get them all?
Look out. Set an outside corner. This thing goes right up over the right shoulder. And that'll make you do the limbo.
Out of play.
So what do? You get mad, get up, and hit another foul ball off it.
Two balls, two strikes. Out of play.
That's just awesome. Hey. Left his feet. Tim Flannery fan. Loves the Flannery Band, the Lunatic Fringe. It's a good one.
Tap slowly. Garcia kicks it.
Well, that's the beauty of Aoki. That is just a medium ground ball to shortstop, and with his speed and as quickly as he gets out of the batter's box, it's going to be a tough play. Your only defense as a shortstop is to play in a few steps, and that one-out single is going to get Jaime Garcia out of the ball game. I think even if Garcia fields it cleanly, he doesn't have a chance.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back. Cardinals.
The pitcher now for St. Louis will be Steve Cishek, the side armor. It's the 46th time that he's come in. Cishek started the season out with Miami. He's traded over to the Cardinals, and he's been a good ad. Sinker slider guy. And the thing about Cishek that is so unusual because of his delivery, the sidearm delivery, is the type of velocity that he can put on it. We've seen him in the mid-90s with velocity. Big time sink, hard slider, and he does throw a changeup.
So here's Duffy. Double play ball. And that'll end the inning. Eighth inning coming up. It's 6-4. Game live. You get highlights, reaction, and all the analysis you'll ever want. It's all coming up after the game. 6-4 Cardinals. It's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Mike Broadway, the new pitcher now for the Giants. 10th game that he's been in. 10 hits and 3 walks and 10 1/3 with 7 strikeouts. Another good fastball coming out of the Giants bullpen. You'll see mid to high 90s. Hard slider.
Inside to Colton Wong. Little pop-up third base side, fair. And Colton Wong's got a base hit.
That's a pretty good play right there from Nori Aoki to hold that to just a single. And how fair was it? About a foot.
It was a doink. So here's Reynolds.
Hits in this ball game. There have been doinks and chalk shots and bloops
and a lot of line drives.
They've
had it all in this game. Reynolds had just called time. So here's Reynolds with Wong at first.
If you're going to take a long time up there, you're going to run the problem of hitters stepping out on you. It's just a battle of whoever's trying to control the rhythm here, the hitter, the pitcher.
Wong goes, swinging a foul back. Hit a home run off of Lopez in the 6th.
This was the first pitch that Javier Lopez threw today, just to get it in. Fastball in the outside corner, and Reynolds did this. His 12th of the year.
Oh, and 1. Wong goes again, swinging a pop-up, and that's backing out of play.
Stirred up the crowd a bit. That home run that Reynolds hit early in the game was his 236th lifetime homer. That's a lot of home runs.
It's a lot of home runs. 0-2. Foul back. Lester wanted that pitch a little higher, I do believe.
Now, when you're head 0-2, I mean, you don't want to challenge a guy with power between the belt and the letters. I mean, that's an easy area to defend, and that's an easy area to barrel. And when you barrel that location, it's going to elevate.
And a quick toss.
Broadway has brought this game to a halt.
Indeed he has. It's 0-2. 2. No swing.
I don't know about that. That was close. Watch this from the side. This is going to look like he swung at it. All right, 0-2, little slider down and away. That's close.
Pitch out, maybe. 1-2.
That's the sign for it.
2-2.
One thing though, if you're Broadway and you're going to do the pitch out, I mean, don't come sit there and hold it for a long time. I mean, you want that guy to go. Little things that you learn as a
that,
pitcher.
or don't throw over to first.
Buster wants a slider. He'll set the target away.
More action in front of us.
Well, it's just pure entertainment right there. And you look at everybody in the section, and nobody's looking at the field. They're looking to see where it hit, who got hit, if they spilled any beer, if they got the ball. What's going on?
Now the runner goes, the throw, and what'd they call? They call something, a balk.
They called a balk. He didn't stop. Yeah, he did not stop. It's Trick Gibson, the second base umpire, making the call. When you bring your hands together, they have to come to a stop. Now watch him come set. And that is a ticky-tack balk call. And I definitely saw a stop there. And I think Bruce Bochy has every right to be upset about that.
You got to show a little bit more than that. I mean, sorry.
His hands come together and they do stop up high. Boom. I mean, if your hands are going to change direction, at some point there has to be a stop. Guys who normally get that call on, they slide straight down into their motion and they never come to a definitive stop. And I just think that was a ticky-tack balk. But it's a big 90 feet. Now it is a strikeout situation.
Get on the ground to Belt. Belt will flip to Broadway covering. Although I'm not sure Reynolds was trying to do that. It is a productive out. And that's going to bring out Bruce Bochy. He's got Osich in the bullpen, and he hasn't called for anybody yet. This may be, what do you want to do? Also, it may be keep an eye for Borges, because he may just try to lay down a bunt.
He's a good bunter. And they have excellent speed with Colton Wong, the runner at third base. And with Borges, I mean, it doesn't have to be a suicide squeeze. It could be a safety squeeze, and that may be the scenario. I want to make sure that pitcher knows if he does show in a bunt where he's going to throw that ball. Are you going to throw it away, or are you going to throw it up and in? Some organizations pitch away. Some organizations say throw right at the hitter who's bunting. But remember now, Mike Broadway did not come up through the Giants organization, so that's one little thing that you do want to cover if you're the Giants.
Infield in. And a strike.
Bruce Bochy, you're watching the hitter to see if there's any sign that he gives the third base coach, because one thing about a squeeze play, if it gets put on, it has to be answered by the hitter in the batter's box. He has to give a sign back to that third base coach saying, I've got it.
Swing. And gonna miss. Nothing in 2.
He went right up above the hands. This is a perfect pitch right here. I mean, if you can duplicate it, you go right back in there again. And you cannot make a better pitch than that one. Borges has great speed. He will put pressure on the defense, even with it drawn in. Perfect pitch. Comes right back and gets him again. Same fastball above the hands, and it's a 3-pitch see ya. And that is the strikeout he was pitching for. And that's just beautiful location with a high velocity fastball. Powers right through. Borges overmatched.
So here's Garcia. Garcia, base hit, left field. Coming in to score is Wong, and it's 7-4.
Garcia with his first hit of the game, and he wasn't waiting around. Looked to me like he was thinking fastball away with the idea that he was going to go that way. Because this is perfect execution. Just let the hands serve it out to left and let that pitcher supply the power. Nice approach. That'll make his grandpa happy.
So here's Peralta. Grandpa Dave Garcia. So Peralta, up until this point, had the day off. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Garcia with his lead. Not close. 2-0.
Well, it's one thing that a reliever does not like to do when he comes into an inning. He does not like to have one of his counterparts, a fellow bullpenner, have to come into the same inning. He wants to finish that inning. And if Broadway is going to finish this inning, he's going to have to get Peralta. If he is not going to face Carpenter with Osich, the left-hander, in the bullpen. So that's your motivation if you're Broadway.
Three 3-0. And a strike, so Broadway throws one right down Broadway.
I was waiting for you to say that. Think anybody's ever said that before with him on the mound?
No. I think that's just a flat-out original. 3 balls and 1 strike. Swinging a high foul down the right field line and out of play. It's 3-2.
I was wondering what nationality Broadway is. It's got to be from New York, right?
Yep. So that's a nationality.
New York.
From New York. Yeah, what nationality are you? Well, Wisconsin.
That is definitely a different country.
Runner goes. It's ball 4. What nationality are you? Southern California. Here's Bruce Bochy. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. We'll be back.
Now for the Giants will be Josh Osich. Take a look at what he has done in 18 games. It has been very good. 13 strikeouts in 15 innings. And for Osich, you will see high velocity fastballs, mid to high 90s, hard slider, more of a cutter than a slider, and a changeup. And it's a good one.
So here's Carpenter. Cosma is the pinch runner. So Carpenter trying to get comfortable in the box. And a bouncing ball foul. No balls and one strike. Swing and a miss. Nothing in two.
High powered right there.
Garcia at second. Cosma at first. Giants trying to stay close. Give themselves a shot. They've got 6 more outs in this game. Bounce foul again. That was an ugly finder. Adam Wainwright.
He's taking a beating. Wainwright, their ace, who's been on the disabled list most of this year. They say he's just about ready to come off, and he may find his way back in the bullpen in September of the Cardinals. Cardinals get on a plane after this and fly back to St. Louis, where they'll have a really tough homestand. Take on the Nationals, Pirates, and the Cubs.
Well, they're 6-3 on this 10-game road trip. This being the 10th game. And they lost the first 2 games on this road trip.
And they opened it up in San Diego, lost those 2. They went to Arizona for 4, and now they're on their 3rd game here in San Francisco. A West Coast swing.
Yeah, they hurt the D-backs. 1-2. Got him, and that'll end the inning that didn't want to end. Belt, Posey, and Bird coming up. Pre-game live will start at 6:30. We'll have the game for you right at the top of the hour, and it'll be the Dodgers and the Giants, and it'll be a start for Jake Peavy. And you can see every game on the road trip on CSN Bay Area.
New pitcher now for the Cardinals will be Jonathan Broxton. Take a look at what he has done in 52 games. 1-3 with a 4.72 ERA. Over a strikeout an inning. Still throws hard. Mid to high 90s. Cutter, slider. Go get him.
Belt is 3 for 3. Belt is 4 for 4. He hit it right into the shift, and Wong could not hang on to it. That's when you know you're going good.
Well, you're right. When you're going bad, this is right in the pocket. Here, bullet, sinking line drive. And Wong, who can cover some ground out there, had a pretty good jump just off the tip of the finger of the glove. Yep, that's when you're going good.
So here's Buster Posey. Buster takes a strike. Cosma is now at short. Buster fouls it back and out of play.
Perfect location with that little slider at 86 miles an hour. Now, Broxton, you look at him and he looks like he's just a brain dead heaver, but he is not. I mean, he's got some finesse on his breaking pitches. He cuts a fastball, he'll throw a slider, he can back speeds off it. He'll give you an occasional curveball just to stay in shape, and he's even got a changeup. You'll see that more with lefties than righties, but he can finesse the ball. He's got a good feel it. Close. And with Eric Cooper, who's a low ball umpire, we've seen that location called a strike.
Yep.
Right at the bottom of the strike zone. If he missed, it was by a half a baseball.
One and two. And Posey pokes at it to stay alive.
That's right out of Nori Aoki's emergency swing manual.
That is a fact.
Posey trying to set it up for the hot hand, Marlon Byrd.
One and two. Belt back. One ball, two strikes.
Ooh.
Buster had a pretty good rip at that one.
That's when he wants back. That was a hanger. Right out at the belt. Slider started off with the letters and just sort of lingered out there. And he just missed it.
One and two. Got him.
All right, time now for our player of the game, brought to you by Honda. We talked about Marlon Byrd being hot. Well, how hot was he? Hot. A couple of opposite field doubles. He hit that one like he thought was going to go out of here. Wound up getting a couple RBIs there. He would go back and do the exact same thing in the sixth. This time it would produce one RBI. Marlon Byrd is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
So Belt goes, and he's going to steal it. It'll be his 9th of the year. So Belt in scoring position. Giants need another base runner to get the tying run to the plate. Swinging and a miss.
Yeah, that's a fastball you throw when you have a 3-run lead. 1-0 fastball, put the pressure on the hitter.
Outside.
Broxton, Byrd, teammates in Cincinnati.
One for 8 with 5 strikeouts. Byrd against Broxton. Driven into Triple's alley, and nobody's going to get there. Byrd is on the move, and he is not going to stop at second. Have an afternoon.
Yeah, he looks good in that uniform.
That's 2 doubles and a triple.
And the one time they got him out, he hit a bullet to left with 2 men on. Here he inside out's a fastball down and in. And as soon as it leaves the bat, he starts thinking 3 bags as it finds Triple's alley. And Bird's got good speed.
He just turned 38.
That's a young 38.
That is. They're going to appeal at second.
So Tripp Gibson, the second base umpire, signaling safe. No brainer there as to whether or not Belt touched third, but the question was whether or not Bird touched second. Oh yeah.
So here's Tomlinson. Outside, 1-0.
Reynolds, the first baseman, playing way off the line, trying to cover up that 3.5 hole between first and second. So there is opportunity here for Tomlinson, and he has that kind of back control to take advantage of it.
Fourth triple this season for Marlon Byrd. Tomlinson has seen Broxton once. He saw him the other night and he drew a walk. One and two.
I think he's a little perplexed as to how he missed that.
I think you're right. Two and two. Tomlinson, I haven't seen a hitter ask for a baseball in a long time. Tomlinson just did.
And the ball went down. If it hits the dirt and skims it all, and if it puts a little abrasion on the cover of the baseball, it will affect the movement of the baseball a lot, especially with a hard thrower like Broxton.
Got him.
The fastball is up in the zone, and he just blows it right through Tomlinson. This is 94, right above the hands, and he sends Tomlinson packing.
So here's Gregor Blanco, 1 for 4 in his career against Jonathan Broxton. 0 for 3 in this game. And a conversation.
Kevin Segrist, the lefty, heading down to the bullpen for the Cardinals. The normal closer, Trevor Rosenthal, with these Cardinals is away with paternity leaves. He and his wife are having a baby this weekend, so he is not with the team. So Mike Matheny going to do a little bullpen by committee, which he has done all weekend.
So an opportunity for Blanco to drive in a run. And he takes low, 1-0. That's Bird at third. He tripled. Out of play down the left field line. 1 ball and 1 strike.
This one that got away. We have a winner? Yes. And very graciously presents it to his lady. You guys got some flair, huh?
One ball and 1 strike. Out of play, 1 and 2. As Roxton really has stayed right at 94 with that fastball. A lot of foul balls today.
Yeah, it has definitely been a foul ball-a-thon.
It's this, according to BI, that's the 64th foul ball into the seats today.
Seems that way.
1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And they're just waiting for something good to happen on this 2-2 pitch right here from Broxton to Gregor Blanco. And it's 3-2.
On their feet. It's time. 3-2 and 2 outs.
Got him.
Change up.
And that'll end the inning. Giants pick up a run. It's 7-5. Live right here on CSN Bay Area. Ahmed Fareed and Dave Tillman. They'll do the honors. Kelly Johnson is going to have reports from the Giants clubhouse. Matt Myoko will talk about the Niners. And Sports Essential will have highlights from a day at Raiders camp. Here's Piscotty. No balls and 1 strike. One for 4. That's a base hit in the first inning.
Well, meanwhile,
don't do it. Don't do it. We saw a stingray. Don't.
Well,
there was one right in that area. Out of play, 1-2.
Hey, she had good intention. Yep. Instagram.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2.
I think today's been one of the busier days on McCovey Cove all year.
McCovey Cove, all the foul balls into the stands. There's been a lot of action. I guess she survived. It's 2-2.
It's her GoPro moment. Water is not warm out there, folks, either. We're talking 54 degrees.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Chilly. Waters in Northern California have been a bit warmer this year, but basically they're cold.
Out of play.
All right, here we go. The things you do when you know you're being filmed.
Big moment. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That was it.
I can't believe I waited for that whole big moment as Piscotty takes a walk.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little disappointed myself.
So here's Hayward. Santiago Casillas in the bullpen. And a strike. Hayward needs a big fly for the cycle. Segrist headed down. And it's a strike at the knees. So a quick 0-2. And he taps it foul. So Hayward's had a pretty good swing in this series.
And one thing about Hayward, he's a tall guy, but his swing is really flat.
Yep.
This Cardinals cycle, Mark Grzelcyk against the Brewers.
Wow.
Been a while.
Dugout. 1-2.
Well, that'll curl your chest hairs a bit or singe them. 97-mile-an-hour fastball just under the armpits.
Oh.
So high and tight sets up, blowing away.
Hit on the ground. Tomlinson will get the out at first. Wisely so. So Piscotty down to second. And the hitter will be Yadier Molina. And Bruce Bochy's coming out. Santiago Casillas is going to come in. So Giants will have a new pitcher. It's 7-5, and we'll be back. Santiago Casilla comes into the ball game, and for Casilla this will be his 52nd appearance. He got 31 saves on the year.
Good numbers. 45 strikeouts and 43 in the third. And they give you 5 different types of movement. 2 types of fastball, curveball, cutter, change-up.
Bounces this one to Adrianza, who's going to make the play. Scotty moves to third. And that'll bring up Colton Wong. Colton Wong 1 for 4. And here he takes wide, maybe high. 1 ball and no strikes. And outside corner to even the count.
Sun is definitely affecting the left fielder and the center fielder. It's become an issue as the game has gotten older.
Foul.
Ooh, nice play by Chris Maloney, first base coach for the Cardinals. Oh yeah, I still got it. Meanwhile,
another effort here.
I don't know who came up with this game.
So is the game to see if you can stay dry? Apparently not.
0 for 1.
Do you know how long it would take me to get out of the water like that?
I'd have to call the National Guard. What are you talking about? Coast Guard, National Guard?
I mean,
lifeguard.
For both of us, there was a time.
Yeah, they're just waiting for you and me right there.
But now,
it's all right.
Hook, ladder, you name it. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Foul back. Ooh.
Hook, ladder, gaff.
Wong in a battle with Santiago Casilla. Giants trying to keep it at a 2-run deficit before they come up in the bottom of this inning. And that, my friends, was not a strike, but that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up. You got to be kidding me. And the Cardinals have a new pitcher.
Well, it's going to be Kevin Segrist, who has normally been the setup man. And he sets it up for Trevor Rosenthal, who is not here. And when you take your at-bats against Segrist, you're going to see a good fastball. It's mid to high 90s. 5-1 on the year with a 1.84 ERA. 70 strikeouts in 58 innings tells you he's got good stuff. And the secondary stuff is a hard slider. And he throws a changeup. It's a confident arm, as all are confident arms coming out of this bullpen.
So the Giants need a base runner, and it'll be Ehire Adrianza who's going to lead things off. Adrianza hitless in 3 at-bats. Andrew Susac is in the on-deck circle. So we'll see what happens here in the 9th. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
When you're a young hitter, I mean, this is the kind of at bat you want, because they will give you confidence if you come through in them.
So Adrianza taking a close pitch. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Swinging a high pop-up foul. Two and two. Any way you can, you got to get out.
You're looking for base runners. Down 2, you need to at least get that tie and run up the plate this inning.
And you're at the spot in the lineup where, yeah, you're at the bottom of the order, where it's not an area where your better hitters are going to be. But if you can get those guys on, you work yourself immediately to the top of the order.
That's how it works.
One down here in the 9th.
And that is one he's going to think about when he gets on that plane heading down to L.A. Kevin Segrist leads the National League in appearances with 65. Seth Maness, Randy Choate in that top 4. And they are accustomed to work. And they have all rallied. I mean, their old bullpen has got the lowest bullpen ERA in the National League. Their starting staff has the lowest ERA in the National League. And collectively, I mean, that's a no-brainer.
So here's Susac. Susac in a pinch hitting role here in the 9th. Bang, bang, 0-2.
2 good fastballs and a natural cut on them. Such an unnerving thing for a hitter. I mean, everybody prides themselves in their ability to hit a fastball at this level. If you couldn't do that, you couldn't be here. And then to swing through 2 of them, that has you talking to yourself. Show them something soft out of the strike zone away, and it sets up a fastball in.
One and 2 to Susac. Got him. 2 down in the 9th.
So 2 fastballs in a payoff situation here, and both Adrianza and now Susac going down looking. Set that up with that little soft off speeds pitch off the way high, and then boom, comes right back in with 95 right at the knees.
Here's Nori Aoki with 2 outs and nobody on. Taps this one. Wong's got it. His throw is in time, and that's the ball game. So the Cardinals end up taking 2 out of 3 after losing the first game in this series on Friday night, and they do it today. Although Jaime Garcia was hittable today, the Giants just could not stop the Cardinals offensively.
Well, and a little rust on Chris Heston. His first start in 13 days, he gives up 3 spot in the first. Never really got the ball down. I mean, he was up all day long and did not make it out of the third. But the Giants offense, I mean, they come up with 5 runs and 12 hits against a guy who's been tough on them. And you score that many runs here, you think that you should win a ball game. This is a frustrating loss for this team.
Giants will head to Los Angeles tonight. Final score, Cardinals 7, Giants 5. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews and the wrap. That's going to start right now.